Hi, let's go over the first part of the design process for planar transformers using the Planar Magnetics Designer tool in PI Expert. We'll use a 35-watt automotive design as an example. I'll be going over how to specify the general stack-up of the winding and insulation layers, as well as introducing additional margins from the core to the PCB material. Let's get started. We should first consider introducing margins into the design. This ensures a secure fit with the core in consideration to board fabrication tolerances. This is done by modifying the margin parameters under the core/enclosure properties window. To demonstrate this, let's change the margin to 0.2 millimeters. An increased margin can be visually observed through an increased gap between the PCB material and the core material. Before specifying the winding layer stack-up, it is important to decide whether we would like to introduce splits for our windings, as doing so introduces an additional winding group in our design. We can do this using the winding properties window. Starting off with the primary, we have the option to introduce a series split, which is already set by default. This splits the winding into two parts, primary 1 and primary 2, with the turns distribution as shown in the electrical diagram window. To modify the turns distribution, we can change the turns parameter under the winding properties window of primary 1, and then primary 2 will adjust accordingly. For example, if you wanted to change primary 1 to have 14 turns, you can see primary 2 will automatically adjust to have 11 turns. If you wanted to go back to 15 turns, primary 2 adjusts back to 10 turns. For the secondary, we have an option to introduce a parallel split. Selecting this introduces a winding parallel to the secondary, denoted by secondary 2, which has the same number of turns as the original secondary winding, denoted by secondary 1. Now, changing the winding stack-ups is simple. We can move each of the layers one by one to their intended positions within the constructional diagram window. Prior to moving the layers, it is sometimes necessary to freeze the turns parameter of all windings, when applicable. This ensures that it will not accidentally change during modifications. And in moving layers, it is sometimes necessary to leave an empty layer on top of the destination layer. This is done to ensure that a connection layer is generated if necessary. This also applies for the layers left behind under the same winding group. For example, if we wanted to swap the primary bias winding and the secondary 1 winding, start by moving the primary bias. We will first need to have an empty layer above the second bias winding layer, as well as an empty layer above the destination layer where we are moving the first bias winding layer. To do this, we can move the bias winding one layer below. In doing so, we already have an empty layer above the second primary bias winding layer. And in the case of the destination PCB, we will need to move the secondary windings several layers above. For flexibility, we can also temporarily add a PCB enclosure in our design, where we can temporarily place these windings. With enough space created, we can now proceed with moving the primary bias layers one by one. Let's do the same for the secondary 1 winding. Lastly, changes in the enclosure and insulation can also be made in conjunction with changing the winding stack-ups. If you wanted to change the number of layers of a particular PCB enclosure, this can be done by modifying the layers parameter of the specific selected enclosure under the core/enclosure properties window, shown here. On the other hand, the thicknesses of each insulation layer can be easily checked through the dimensions view of the constructional diagram, as shown here on the left side of the interface. Changes on these thicknesses of the selected layer can be made under the core/enclosure properties window. If the selected layer has a prepreg on top, then the thicknesses of that particular prepreg layer can be viewed as well as modified. Likewise, if the selected layer has a core material on top, then the thicknesses of that core layer can be viewed and modified. This is the first step of the design process for planar transformers using the Magnetics Designer tool in PI Expert. To follow along with the next steps in this process, please continue to the next video in the series. And to use our PI Expert software in your next design, please visit power.com.